everybody, I've got a new video today. This one is using the Glitter Girl collection. I've got the paper pad, so it includes this super cute sparkle cardstock, but it's kind of I don't know, it's got a very light coat of glitter. I think that's how they get the pastel appearance of that color, because like for example, my DCWV glitter cardstock is a much thicker layer of glitter. This one almost looks like they picked up the paper and some of the glitter didn't stick. So I mean, the color is still pretty. I don't have any problem using it. The gold glitter included in here is the same. It has the same appearance of kind of missing some glitter, but I'm not sure if that's just the way it's supposed to be, so that you get this really nice pastel kind of look. Anyway, if your paper pad has a different kind of glitter, please let me know. I just assume that they're all the same. So I'm backing up these photos on this pink paper. This is my daughter in a field of yellow flowers that we bumped into in Alaska. We were on our way to hike at the Gold Rush Cemetery, and we just happened upon this field of yellow flowers that just matched her raincoat. So and we decided to stop and take some pictures, and she picked a few flowers. This page is one that I've been wanting to do for a little while. Every time that we told her to smile for a picture, we also told her, say Alaska, and then she would say it, you know, but it sounded like Gaka. And so I'm making this layout partly to document that part of the trip, because those little things are just the things you tend to forget once, you know, life keeps going and little things like that slip your mind. So I think it's important to write them down. Now here I'm busting out an old tool. I've got my fancy edge scissors with, I still have a little bucket where I keep them all, and I have all kinds, but I've been looking for a paper punch that has like a nice scalloped edge, but I haven't been able to find one. So I decided to look in my little bucket of scissors, and for sure I found this one and the smaller one. So I think I'm gonna pull those out and start using them more often. The only frustrating thing is trying to line it up, but that's okay if it's only gonna be for small strips of paper. So now I've chosen these papers as my background. So I'm just trying to get it in the right spot there so that I can have some room for a title and journaling to the right and some embellishing on the left. Oops, I mean some embellishing on the right and the title and journaling on the left. I seem to do this a lot. I don't know why, but I just like the title and the journaling on the left side, and I'm not sure. I need to start mixing it up in my scrapbooks, because they seriously, 90% of them look like this. So with these particular photos, I see that she's looking to the right, so that's why it makes me want to put stuff on the right, because her eyes will guide your eyes to the right. And here I put my letter stickers on a little bit of that clear like fishing line, and I was gonna make I was gonna put the title like a little curved like that, but I didn't like that, so I just went ahead and put it straight and kind of overlapped the L and the A so that I could make it a little more compact, and it just looked a little better that way. And I was gonna use that Your Pure Magic, but I found this yellow one that said smile, and I said, how perfect is that? Because we always used to tell her, smile, Alaska. And then she would say, Yaka. So I decided to go with this instead. I am loving the colors of the Glitter Girl collection. They're just so vibrant and nice, and it's really fun working with them. I'm using this. The only bad thing about the paper pad is that the little strip you would usually have at the bottom of your pattern paper has a hole punched in the middle of it. But here I'm still using that branding strip and just putting something over the hole so that it seems like it's just a whole strip. Now I'm trying to balance out the color on the left with those turquoise letters by putting this little turquoise camera on the right. And then I'm adding some birds, just because, you know, flowers, nature, birds, they all seem to go well together. I also want another cluster up there on the top right. I just haven't figured out what I'm going to do about that yet. But I thought it's time to work on my journaling, and this is all very square. So I want to do my journaling on the round. So I'm grabbing this jar and I'm going to trace around it with my pencil so I can get a pretty rough outline here of like a half circle. And then I'm gonna put this through my typewriter, and I'm gonna try and see if I can get my journaling in a kind of circle-ish or half circle pattern there. And yeah, I kind of did okay except for the middle there. But yeah, it looks okay. So I'm just cutting this out, and I'm gonna back it with some cardstock too so that it stands out even better. I don't have one of those like cute old style typewriters. I have like a very officey type looking Brother typewriter from the early 90s because it has a correct button. So I can go back and delete my mistakes. Which is super helpful because every single time I type, I make a mistake. I don't know how I do it. I just do. And yeah, I can't imagine like typing over and over again, like using whiteout to try and correct that. So I'm glad I got my little electric typewriter. And I'm just trying to get it kind of even here. And I like it. I like how that looks. That brings a little more roundness to the whole thing. And now I'm going to add this flower cluster here just to break up some of those edges. Like there's a lot of hard edges, a lot of rectangles and squares. And so I think this definitely helps break that up. I do wish that Chamel's collections came with chipboard because I love using chipboard for dimension. And yeah, the Glitter Girl collection doesn't have any, so I don't think any of her collections do. So yeah, I need chipboard. So I have these tiny pop dots, and I'm putting them behind the bird so I can pop up the bird, and then at least I'll have some dimension on the page. And I don't know where I got these from, but they're really, really tiny. They're great. They're and then when I'm done like with all the dots, I think I'll just use that like to pop up a photo or something, because there's still like a lot of foam left in there. The holes are the pop dots are cut apart like so far from each other that once I'm done with all of them, that's still gonna be a very good solid piece of foam. And I'm all for using everything, like getting as much as you can out of your supplies. If you see my layout share videos, you can see that some of my layouts are actually done on the back of other layouts. So a nice piece of 12 by 12 pattern paper that has two sides that I like, I won't buy two pieces of it unless I want to cut it up. I will use both sides of the paper, because I think it's just good economically, and also, you know, good for the planet. I mean, paper does come from trees, so I totally advocate for using everything. So here I'm just using pop dots on this door. That way I'll have a little bit of dimension in each cluster. And I decided that I wanted that to overlap the photo a little bit, because in both of the other clusters they all overlap the photos, so I thought this should too. And now I'm using the puffy stickers from Little by Little, and I'm like having a hard time choosing something for here where it says smile. So I chose the bunny because we did bump into a lot of bunnies on our hikes in Alaska. So I put a bunny up on the top cluster and a little flower, and I put a little puffy flower on the right cluster too. And now I'm just gonna outline my layout, and that'll be it for my layout. Stay tuned. At the end I have close-ups of the layout and the clusters. So thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you've been up to. I'd love to find other YouTubers to follow. So leave me a comment so I can find your channel. I'm just adding some enamel dots here. And these are from the Glitter Girl collection as well. And I'm trying some blue and yellow. Yeah, and I'm just gonna move those around. Yep. There we go, that's it. This one I thought kind of looked like bird poop when it was so close to the bird, so I just moved it away a little bit. I'm like, I like it there, as long as it's not too close to the bird's bottom. So now that's it for my layout. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye!